Kieran, thank you for talking to us. I mean, if the championship season is going to be like that, if that sums up what it's going to be like, what do you think?
I'm going to need some sleep. Yeah, it was hard work. I'm tired watching the game. It was relentless from the first minute to the 114th minute. It was intense. It was relentless. They had spells, we had spells, and it was a really good game, a really tough challenge. And realistically, that's how it's going to be every week. We're not going to perform, and we're certainly not going to get results with any less than what we give today. So yeah, big effort, and proud of the players really.
Before we look at perhaps the additional added time, the injury time, that kind of thing, just elaborate a little bit more on the performance. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a really big challenge for us, no doubt about it. In the first 20 minutes, we felt the step up in terms of the level of the opponent, also just the level of the league. You know, bigger stadiums, bigger pitches, more ball in play, and of course it's the start of the season as well, and they've got momentum as well. So it was a big atmosphere. So that was a big challenge, and the players felt it, but they stuck at it and they came through it. We kept trying to play our football, and we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to stay brave with our build-up and trying to play through the pitch, because that's one of our routes into the game. And we've done that, and we knew that if we did that, then they would tire as well, and spaces would open up. And I thought towards the end of the first half, we started to get through a little bit more. And certainly the start of the second half, I thought was very good. From 45 on to maybe 65, 70, got the second. Really, we just needed a third goal, and I thought we should have had it. Obviously, we hit the underside of the bar from where I was. It looked like an absolutely nailed-on penalty, and the game's dead there at 3-0 and probably 10 men, to be honest. But when it doesn't come, then you know you're going to have to dig in, and we dug in. We rode our luck at times. We could have again taken some of the opportunities to get the third goal and the counter-attack and kill it off. But when we didn't, you know, you just have to, you know, do everything you can to see it out, and the boys managed to do that.
On that first half, perhaps they had more of the pressure, but we had probably the better of the chances. Were you happy with that? And also the goal came at a great time.
Yeah, they had more of the territory. We had some possession, but it was all in deep areas, and we were struggling to break through. But we know that if we stick at it, then we'll start to get through, and the spaces will open up. And yeah, we had some good chances, some good moments, and every time we got through, we looked like a threat. But we had to defend. We had to be compact. They have, you know, really good technical players. They got a lot of 1v1, not just the wide players, but they got 1v1 in midfield. They got O'Neill's got 1v1 stepping out from centre half. So we had to stick at it and be resilient and defend our goal well. I think in general we've done that. And yeah, it was a good first half to come through.
And the second goal, I'm sure there's a lot to see liked about that, and great to see George Hurst up and running. Yeah, good goal. I thought our pressure was better, was good at the start of the second half. We went a little bit more aggressive tactically, but also just mentally. I think after the goal, the boys felt, okay, you know, the game's here for us, and we stepped on and we're a little bit more physical, and we turned the ball over high up the pitch more often. We'd done that for the goal, and found Nathan, lovely little pass, and George, great movement and a hell of a strike. Not specifically talking about the decision, because there's only so much you can say. I don't want to get you in any trouble, but the penalty is a very different game if that's perhaps given and it's 3-0, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it is. I've not seen it back. From where I was, it looked stonewall. Maybe on the video I'm wrong, but I don't think so. And yeah, it's a different game. At that point, we were in ascendancy. We're playing really well. They're committing huge amounts of bodies forward, so you have to get the third goal and kill the game. That would have been the third goal. But then again, we had other chances to get the third goal and we didn't take it. And, you know, being effective and efficient on the counter-attack is something that we're going to have to be really good at, and something for us to work on.
Finally, just highlighting Vaclav Hladky, brilliant save at the end. But what did you make of his performance overall? He had to sort of play through that early pressure and keep at what he does best, and that's the ball at his feet and playing out. That's what you want him to do, isn't it?
Absolutely. I thought he did really well, no doubt about it. Look, the pressure came onto us early, but he did what we need to do. We need to stay brave with a build-up, because that's how we'll create space higher up the pitch whenever teams are pressing us, and that's how eventually when the press dies down we'll get a foothold in the game, because the physical level is massive. We need to be able to play through the pitch with the ball on the floor, and Vaz is really important for that. I thought he stayed brave, I thought everyone stayed brave. We didn't execute at the start of the game as well as we would like, but the players will, you know, they'll improve, and we kept at it, and I thought we executed much better as it went on, going into the second half. I thought we were starting to break the lines pretty well.